Hello, my wonderful subscribers, students, and disciples. This is your Master GongSun, and welcome again to another episode of Taoism as applied to the news. Let us dive right in to today's episode. Foreign Instagrammer slammed for climbing Bangkok's ghost tower. Now, right away, even before reading the article, I know that lately, in this day of social media, there are a lot of people, we could call them influencers, which wasn't even a word 20 years ago. A lot of influencers want attention. That is the currency of social media. And in order to get attention, sometimes you have to do outlandish, outrageous, shocking, amazing, unusual, even obnoxious things. So that is my preface before we get into this. And I'm not a huge fan of standing out or commanding attention, because it is actually very much against the Tao. Lao Tzu said that we should try to be hidden as much as possible. Anyway, let's begin. Both Thai and international netizens criticize a foreign Instagrammer and his friend for breaking into and climbing the renowned ghost tower in Bangkok. Oh yes, this tower I've seen. So when I used to live in Bangkok, I remember taking the BTS SkyTrain, and we would go across Sapan Taksin, and there was this really creepy-looking, abandoned, half-completed tower. The Instagram user shared a video of himself and his friend climbing multiple skyscrapers in various countries. His most recent video showed them at the top of the famous Saturn Unique Tower in Bangkok. The property is an unfinished, abandoned building in the Sator neighborhood, offering perfect views of the Chao Phraya River and the city skyline. Its eerie reputation is believed to have begun following the discovery of a Swedish man's lifeless body there in 2014. Despite being abandoned, the building still has a rightful owner. Therefore, breaking into it is illegal. Robertson and his friend, however, ignore the legal consequences. Alright, well, yeah, this is true. It does have a weird reputation, very spooky reputation. And I do know, I read in the Thai news that there were Swedish backpackers, more than one, multiple Swedish backpackers who killed themselves by hanging. They hanged themselves in the tower, which of course is very much against the Tao. All right, let's see what Robertson says. You're the first person to climb Bangkok's ghost tower in 5+ years. The footage showed him using a multi-cutting tool to remove the lock at the building's entrance. They then climbed to the rooftop and filmed themselves standing, walking, and sitting at the edge of the damaged structure and walls. Well, if you are breaking into it, it's called breaking and entering, and that's also, of course, illegal. So that's one law broken right there. While the video garnered 1,000 likes and numerous comments, most of which were negative. While some users praised the adventurous spirit of Robertson and his friend, others condemned them for breaking laws and disregarding safety regulations. Well, it is a nice, very Instagrammable view, but I would also caution them that there have been many people who, while trying to take a perfect Instagrammable picture, they actually ended up dying. I remember there were some who were taking a picture of themselves against a backdrop of a cliff, and they slipped and fell, or a ravine of some sort. So this is also pretty dangerous. They had seen other content creators' videos or had themselves visited the site recently. How did you get there? It's owned by a private. Look at that face of total pride and degeneracy. I would say yes. I mean, if it's a restricted site, it should be. It should not really be allowed. There should be harsher penalties for this. And I'm curious, what's my result? Oh, a lot of us, 78% of us say yes. Yeah, well, I remember there was a case of a girl, some Russian girl, who climbed a tower at Kuala Lumpur and was not even finished. So I'm sure there could be other ways of having an adventure. It doesn't necessarily have to involve breaking and entering, and then illegally climbing, trespassing on private property. So, law of cause and effect, right? I mean, if you do something that is against the law, then there will be consequences. I don't particularly approve or condone what they did. Although the view is gorgeous, but you could see this view from of the Bangkok skyline from safer and approved rooftop bars instead, or for one of those iconic hotels. Also, I don't know if you guys can hear, but from where I am, there is a huge thunderstorm going on in the background, so you might hear random claps of thunder. Anyway, what do you guys think? Adventurous or just stupid? Leave your comments below. This has been your Master GongSun. As usual, keep living in alignment with the Tao, unlike these people.